What's going on, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to another episode. Actually, no, this is our first episode, not another. This is the first episode of this year's Moving the Chains. Listen, football season is here. Bears is running things. Not really, kind of, sort of.
We 1-1. We good.
We're 1-1, but we're gonna talk about that all tonight. We're gonna talk about the good. We're gonna talk about the bad, and we're gonna talk about the ugly. So get your cleats ready, y'all. We're about to start these chains moving. Hey, I need somebody to play my intro. As in, like, the whole intro. All right, look, it's Wednesday and we are here. We are moving the chains. I'm your host, Mr. Mike Wiley, and with me is Mr. Philip Hines. Here we are, Phil. Are we going to have the same conversations this year as we had the last year, man?
Nope.
It's going to be the same conversations, Phil.
Can I be honest with you, Mike?
Go ahead, man.
I don't feel bad about that loss. I don't. They're a good team, and they're a good team, and we stayed in that game. Just put it like that.
Considering that we were supposed, well, according to a lot of my peers, we were supposed to lose that game anyway. So
we could have won that game, man. I'm not going to say that. Well, I wasn't mad that we lost because let's be real, the Texans is a far better team than we are on paper. They're supposed to be. So us losing to them really didn't matter. But for us to still be in that game, going into the second half, deep into the third, I'm not mad. And the three teams that we got coming up, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Listen, I'm not mad, but we definitely got to talk about some things.
Oh yeah, no. It's some stuff we got to talk about, but
we got to talk about some things, and unfortunately. The stuff that we're going to be talking about tonight is probably some things that we've already talked about, and for at least for the last probably 10 years with the Bears. If we're going to be completely honest, I mean, if you're a Bears fan of any capacity, and if you watch the games in any way, you are this is almost it's all these conversations are almost had every year, and there seems to be very little difference. But we're going to talk about that. So, the season has started. The Bears are currently 1-1. We won last week, but we won a week before last against the Titans, which was a phenomenal game for the most part. It was a little rough going in the beginning. We was scared actually because me and we was watching. We was like, man, it ain't looking too good.
Man. I was standing up the whole game.
It wasn't looking too good, but they pulled it out in a fantastic fashion. And,
I take 1-1 over 0-2 any day, Mike.
Absolutely, 1-1 absolutely looks better. So and it looked really good. And then we came to this game. Expectations was a little higher, was a little different. Even though some people didn't expect us to win this game, there were some things that we were looking to see. This is your boy's first primetime game, and I don't think it ended the way he wanted it to. The Bears, they did lose. The score was 19-13. And I will say that I was surprised at how close they actually kept the game, but that was due to the Bears defense, which we're going to get into that in a minute. I mean, they really kept them in close. But I think also it shows how the Texans, just like you said, they're a step above the Bears. And especially when you look at how CJ was, I mean, man, he was making them throws he was making down the side was irking my soul, fam. It was like, come on, y'all. He playing Madden on y'all.
No, that receiver, no, we couldn't do nothing with that receiver, Mike. Let's be real. We couldn't do nothing with that receiver. But our defense, Mike, and no, I'm not gonna step ahead because we're gonna talk about defense.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah. But Stroud was making them numbers. I mean, I think he connected for 23 out of 26 on the game. He had 260 passing yards and he had a touchdown. Now Caleb ain't looked that good. He was only 12 for 15. He only threw for 91 yards. I believe that was in the first half. And he only got sacked. He only got sacked twice in the first half, but that wasn't the only time he got sacked in that game. He was 11 for 22 passes he passed for 83. I think it was the second half. He threw for 2 interceptions, and then he got sacked 5 more times in the second half. But again, the Bears kept him. The Bears kept them in the defense kept them in the game, man. Kept them in the game. So look, I know y'all fans like numbers and all of that stuff. So let's talk numbers, and we're gonna go through some stats here. Let me see if I can pull them up. So currently, when you look at right now, we're in week 2. As compared to the 2 opponents that we had over the last 2 weeks. We've had a total of 26 first downs. We are 0 for 30 for third down conversions. 0 for 30. We are 3 for 4 on fourth down conversions. We've had a total over the 2 games of 353 offensive yards. However, we ain't had no real run game. We got to talk about that too. We have not had a real run game, but we have had a total of 353 total yards. Rushing yards only 155 over the course of 2 games. We are averaging 3.5 yards a rush per.
That line can't hold, Mike.
That line can't hold, fam. It just ain't holding. Look, Mel is already starting. Yeah.
No, Mel, don't. You know what, Mel? The whole thing, Cuzzo, with that game was, it let me know that our defense can hold. But until we do something about that line, because we're never going to be able to establish a step, and that's what was killing us because we couldn't establish a running game.
No,
and we went out and got like one of the guys. Swift ain't no slouch.
No, and that's what's kind of pissing me off, man.
The line can't hold. You saw, you saw how their defensive line kept pressure. Their linebackers stayed on that line because they didn't have to worry about the receivers. Now, what I didn't like is DJ Moore was kind of pissed. You saw it on his face. But you really can't hold. You really can't hold Caleb to that because you can put Mahomes behind that line, and he's going to get.
And I know, I get it. I get. That's the argument, man. Because I had people come, and you know how I am, man. I'm an antagonist, and
he was doing it all night, and we was in the game going to. We was down like. And another thing, shout out to the Texans kicker. He won that game for him. You want to be honest?
Hey,
that guy was out there kicking almost 60-yarders.
That dude was kicking like his rent was due. That's all I'm saying. He was kicking like his rent was due. But look, here's the crazy thing. So we still look at Caleb, right? He had a total of 267 yards. 267. He actually rushed for 59 of the total rushing yards that we had. DeAndre Swift only had 48 yards. Travis Homer had 16. Receiving wise, DJ Moore only had 89 yards. Adunze only had 44. Carter had 38. They didn't even use Kmet. Why are we not using Kmet all of a sudden?
You know what? I don't get that. I don't understand.
What is going on? Why?
I don't understand
are we not using Kmet?
Yeah, I don't understand why there's no package plays for Kmet out there in the offense, because
none.
He showed you he's a good tight end, and I understand you need more blocking up front, but he should be part of the offense.
Yep. Hey, sis, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, he should be part of the offense, but he is not. He hasn't used them.
No.
Defense though, they've been doing their thing, but yeah, I posted something on Facebook, and the first thing I said, listen, if we lose tonight, what's y'all excuse about Caleb Williams? And of course, I got everything. Mike Hill rookie, and this is it's just 2 games in, and
but Mike, we got to be honest. Caleb played a whole lot better Sunday than he did last Sunday. The line didn't hold up. That boy was making some Chris Collinsworth was bashing about the throws he was making and all that stuff.
Listen, that the first five plays, he looked fantastic. After that, however, not so good. And I get it. I understand. And a lot of people are saying the same thing. If you put any other quarterback in that situation, would he do good? But here's the issue. Here's the issue that I have. Here's one of the issues that I have. Like y'all talked about that young boy. Y'all talked about Fields and talking about how he ain't making good choices. He ain't making good looks, and he's not doing this. He's not doing that. Justin was getting beat up just as much as this Caleb boy is getting beat up on the field. That line was trash last year, just like it's trash now. And he suffered the same fate. And y'all wanted to get rid of him. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Caleb.
He's not.
But all I'm saying is that when you look at his situation in terms of offensive coordinator, like how many offensive coordinators that boy had over the course of 3 years, coach changes and everything, I just don't think he really, really got the chance to do what I believe he could have done. Am I saying that he would have went on? I mean, let's just keep it a buck.
Bro, Pace wanted his own quarterback, Mike. That's why Justin's not here.
I know.
That guy wanted to draft his own quarterback. I mean,
he wanted his own quarterback.
That's the serious reason why Justin's not here. Had he drafted Justin, he'll still be here. But the previous general manager drafted Justin, and that's one thing about these general managers. They want to draft their own quarterback, so just in case they lose their job, they lose their job with the guy that they drafted. That man did not want to lose his job with a quarterback that he didn't draft.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, you Justin Fields fans, don't get some. Justin Fields still doing Justin Field things from Pittsburgh. I know they 2-0, but he's still doing the same thing he was doing over here. A couple flashy plays and a lucky throw.
Yeah, but you know what though? Here's my thing about you Caleb Williams fans, since we gonna go there. Y'all kill me. And I ain't got nothing against the kid, but when I was saying, let's just see how it plays out. Now I know this is just the second game, it's just the second week, and hopefully he's going to get better.
Caleb gonna be a great quarterback, Mike.
But I swear to God, y'all talk this boy up like he was Jesus coming back to play for the Bears.
And I still believe in him.
Oh my God. And I'm like, all right.
Now I still believe in him. And I still believe in him.
You believe that about a lot of quarterbacks, Phil.
No, Mike. No.
And then I look at Caleb and I'm like, this dude played in the Pac-12. Like, how good are y'all expecting him to be against like elite linemen like we saw Sunday? And against elite edge rushers like we saw Sunday.
But that's not his fault, Mike.
and with a trash O-line.
That's like the O-line fault. Because the O-line can hold. The boy can show you what he can do. We can't fault him because he's going up against elite linemen. That's on that's on his O-line to take care of that business. He ain't there to block no O-lineman. He ain't there to block no lineman. That's the O-linemen are.
I didn't say that. But then on those opportunities when he did have some throws,
he made them.
Great.
No, come on,
Bill.
Man. Mike, some of them throws was Chris. He didn't make that first half. Them throws one, Chris. You might.
I'm not talking about them 5 passes he made in the first half. Bill, there were some passes that he made and he overthrew or underthrew it.
He underthrew that one to DJ Moore, the one DJ Moore got mad about. I know which one you're talking about. He doesn't throw that. But Caleb gonna be all right, man. We just gotta get the line together, man. We gotta get that line together.
That first game, he was overthrowing and underthrowing. Look, I get it. You know, all y'all Skip Bayless is out there. He has the intangibles. He has all the intangibles. That's what I hear people say. He has the intangibles. All right. Okay. All righty.
Time will tell, Mike. Time will tell.
Time is gonna tell, man. And I hope he get it together soon. Because as of right now, it ain't looking too good. You know,
Let's
and I
talk
get
about that defense, Mike. Do we got a defense?
Listen, dude, the defense is elite.
Mike,
our defense,
you got a defense, Mike.
Our defense is elite, fam. I don't care what nobody says.
Because let's be real, Mike. CJ Stroud really didn't do his thing. If you want to be honest.
Now
that wide receiver was a problem for us, but let's be real. That kicker won that game.
Yeah, I mean the kicker won again, but listen, but Phil, CJ still got almost 300 yards off.
Yeah, but CJ didn't kill our defense like, you know what I'm saying? He could have obliterated us.
Yeah. He didn't. He definitely didn't. He definitely didn't kill the defense, but I mean, you know, he didn't get off like a lot of people was expecting him to get off. I mean, but when you look at the tape, the game was close. The Bears. Literally,
remember, because you were talking smack to me, Mike. Remember? And I said, I said, bro, like you been a negative Nancy. We still in it. Remember, I said that to you. Was like, yeah.
I mean, they were the Bears technically were really one score away from winning that game.
Yes, sir. We only lost by 6.
And I would say this: if that third interception that they should have had wasn't called back, I believe that would have set us up, and I believe we would have scored off of that. I hate they called it back.
I hate that Doozy didn't make that touchdown catch though.
Yeah, I mean, you know, our defense though, man. But if you really think about it, if you really look at the Bears' history, and this is the problem that I have with the Bears, is that the soul of our team has always been predicated on defense.
Yep.
I don't understand how and why we don't draft according to what we actually need. There's no way in the world you looked at that offensive line last year and did not get people for that line for this year. And then you go out and you give this kid who you believe is going to be a franchise quarterback and you don't get him protection.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing to me.
I think in the off season, I think the main focus should be that line and nothing else. Draft, via free agency. I think the main focus that we should be working on off season is getting that line together.
Yeah, but Jesus, we got to wait till the offseason to get. I mean, so now what you're saying is, and the harsh reality is that we're going to have to deal with this O-line that's not going to be able to protect our franchise quarterback. That's a scary thought.
That's a very scary thought, Mike.
Because if that's the case, if that's the scenario, then he is going to have a long year.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a year where he's going to get beat up. And I wonder if that's going to have an effect on him mentally. Because if he's running for his life every play, you know what I mean? It's like, how is that going to? And then also, I'm looking at how he was playing, and I'm just like, some of the stuff, yes, it was definitely because the O-line didn't hold. But then I was looking at, like, why was he was some instances where he held the ball just too long. He was holding the ball.
Now that's one thing he needs to do. He needs to start using his legs a little bit more. Because he's mobile too now.
Yeah, he's mobile, but he's trying
to be that pocket quarterback.
That he can be a pocket quarterback, and you ain't got the line for that.
No, you don't need that, man. You ain't got the line for that.
No, man. But our defense is dope. Let me see if I can pull those stats up again, because they have been doing fantastic. So just right now, you look at just over the course of 2 games, top 3, you got Edwards. He got 17 tackles over 2 games. Tremaine Edwards got 10 tackles. Jaquan got 9 tackles.
That's young.
We have 5. I like him. Yeah, I like Brisker too. 5 sacks in total in 2 games. That's not bad, bro.
Yeah, our defense doing their job.
Yeah, Javon Dexter Sr., he has 2. Darrell Taylor, he has 2. And Edwards, he got 1. And then we got 2 interceptions so far for the season. You got Jalen Johnson with 1 and Tariq Stevenson with 1. Listen, you know what I like about this defense? They getting after the ball.
Yeah, they going at it. They
getting after the ball, and they're actually tackling. One of the things I couldn't stand last year is that we couldn't seem to make tackles. I'm like, bro, wrap this guy up, throw a blanket over him, trip him, do something. I like just
now we tackling this year. But you know, Mike, going back to the O-line, man, I just think it's time that you all need to realize that you are professionals, man. It's like, look yourselves in the mirror and you know that you got the city complaining about y'all. So you walking down these streets, man. Thank God y'all wearing helmets where a lot of folks don't, you know what I'm saying, know who you are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you know that everybody's
wait a minute. You said it's like, man, you better be lucky that nobody really know what you look like.
I mean, well, you know, not people don't pay attention like the old line like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Usually like big guys who block. But what I'm saying is, man, y'all guys just look yourselves each other and say, are we gonna do this? I know you all should be tired of us, the media, and everybody else saying the O-line sucks. The O-line sucks. I mean, man, as men, after a while, as men, you should say, okay. It's like y'all didn't even get no. Come on, man. Some of those blitzes, man. Some of those sacks they was getting on Taylor.
It was.
It's like the dude was. It was like Moses parting the Red Sea. They was coming straight through.
They was killing him. Listen. That kid got laid down 7 times.
Yes, he did.
7 times. 7 times.
How could you look that man in his face at practice? Man, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. Y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing, homie.
7 times. I just want y'all to let that sink in. 7 times he got sacked in one game.
Hold and we can get a running game going, Mike, I'm telling you, if that line could hold and we can get a running game going, I truly believe this offense will be a whole lot better. We got weapons. We got weapons.
And don't say we're using them.
We can't use them.
Yeah.
What's it, Mike?
We're not. No, I'm just saying we don't seem like we're really using the weapons that we have.
Because you know why, Mike? Let's be real. You know why we don't have a running game. The running game always opened up the passing game. As long as we can't run the ball, we're not gonna be able to pass the ball. As long as the O-line's not holding up, the boy gonna have a million dudes in his face at all times. It all goes back to that O-line and holding. O-line got to hold to open up a running game. If the O-line not doing anything, nothing works.
Yeah. And since you went there, let's talk about the running game. Because although, Texas, one thing I did like, man, them cats they got on the edge. Those guys are scary. Hunter and what's the other guy's name?
I got the dogs. I got his name. Dogs, dude, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But you would think that, but their interior defense ain't that great, right? Which means that we should have had a better running game. Now look at this. In the first half, we ran 11 times. Mm-hmm. And you know how many yards we got? 16 yards from 11 runs, which averages out to 1.6 yards a carry, which is that's not even high school level.
They stuffing everything.
Everything. DeAndre Swift ended the first half with only 7 carries. And you know how many yards he ended up getting after 7 carries? He had 2 yards. 2 yards for 7 carries, right? Williams had 2 rushes. He got 3 yards on that. And then Herbert, he had 2 carries, and he got 2 yards and a touchdown. But again, that O-line couldn't get a push on the inside or the outside for nothing.
That's the key to everything, Mike. That if that O-line holds up, it opens up everything, man. It opens up our running game, which will open up our passing game, which he give them time to get the ball to those receivers. Because DJ Moore was frustrated. He had the right to be frustrated. He did. Yeah, he had the right to be frustrated. But he didn't realize. But it goes both ways. When you got somebody back there that's getting sacked 7 times, and then they trying to run for their life, I mean, it's nothing he can do.
Right.
So it's up to it's up to our O-line to look at each other in the face and say, man, I don't want this. Because right now, folks is like, they know they can get us because they know our O-line is soft. So really, y'all letting guys come in and bully y'all, man.
Letting them bully, like not just knock you around. Now the second half, of course, was better. We ran the ball 11 times. We got 55 yards on that. Mm-hmm. Swift actually had another 7 carries for 26 yards, and then Caleb, he ran 3 times and he got 41 yards on those 3 runs. And then again, Travis Homer, he had 1 rush, and for 6 yards. So, I mean, yeah, the second half was better, but it still wasn't great. And we got to do that. That O-line that definitely needs to play better. But Swift got to do better too, man. Because I don't know. It's like I know he's faster than how he seems, because it's like he just can't seem to elude nobody. Can't seem to break through. Can't seem to escape. It's just like he just running straight into people.
I think our next 3 games. I think we need these next 3 games. I think we need these next 3 opponents that we're playing to kind of get us a little confident. Get that line a little confident.
Yeah. Now on the flip side of that, on the defensive side, we didn't do too good again in week 1, because in week 1 they had 140 yards, touchdowns on 26 carries. But actually in this game, we did really good. They only allowed for 76 yards on 21 carries. So again, the defense was doing their thing, dog. The defense is doing elite defense. Look, I'm gonna use that term until they prove me wrong.
No,
defense is elite.
No, our defense for real.
Yeah, our defense is for
real. We ain't
got
to worry about that half of the ball, Mike.
So let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about what the real problem is. is the coaching and the play calling.
Their play calling horrible.
Look.
That play calling horrible. That play calling horrible, Mike.
Not only is the play calling horrible, but what is Eberflus doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That dude said some stuff Sunday that made me say, huh?
Hey, man, he better be glad we 1-1 right now. You better be glad we 1-1, because if we was 0-2, hey, man, like I said, I'm trying to hold out for the brother, man, because he's defensive minded. So I know a lot of those defensive schemes that's going on is his and all and everything. Bro, so I'm trying to hold on because of that. But if we was 0-2, oh man, they would pull Eberflus in the office. We ain't even go through
this. Listen, do you remember week 15? And you probably remember this. We was playing against the Browns. And what did he do?
Oh, he lost that. Yeah. We could have won that game, Mike.
He dropped what's my guy's name? He ended up dropping Jones into coverage on Njoku in the fourth quarter and lost that game.
Yep.
Now, he ain't done nothing that egregious over the last two games, but then I look at why he challenged. He challenged.
I don't know why he challenged that, man.
Why did he challenge that catch?
I don't know why he challenged that. I don't know.
Now Stephon caught that ball, and you clearly saw he had both feet in, but he challenged it.
No, he was trying to say dude didn't have control of the ball.
He didn't have control. Come on, man. He had control over that ball. Man. He had control. And then now I appreciate the fact that he challenged the interception, because I thought that was an interception too.
It was intercepted, man.
I still say it was, but they have so many and also they have so many penalties in that game. What was the refs on? It's like every little thing they was calling it, man. So, but the coaching is pretty bad, and I know then there are some people who defend Eberflus, and they say, well, Mike, he get guidance from in the booth, to whether to challenge a play or not, and and ultimately it's his decision whether to throw the flag down. I get it. And that's fine, but stop challenging these plays and wasting our time out, especially like that catch. That was just, I don't even know why he challenged that. But the play calling is horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand why there are no play. It's like when you look at the plays that are drawn up, I don't see any specialized plays drawn up for Caleb whatsoever. None. He needs to be using his legs more. These quarterbacks are different than your Brady's and them guys that used to play back in the day. These quarterbacks are runners. And we have an athletic quarterback, just like we had in Justin. You got to make some plays where you can utilize that. And it just don't seem like he's doing that. I question the play calling. I question even when I look at some of the run plays, it's just like, has the Bears ever ran a play where they pitched the ball outside? Why is every run play we got straight up the gut? Have you noticed that? That we don't do any real dynamic run plays. It's just straight up the middle. And you expecting the O-line that we got to create a hole?
But see, that's the whole thing, Mike. The plays that they're running, we don't have the line to hold for those plays.
We don't have the line to hold for that, man.
I mean, I know I sound like a broken record, y'all, but I mean, to be honest with you, our offense is dictated by what our offensive line do. And if our offensive line can't do anything, nothing's going to work. Nothing.
Nope. Nothing, bro. Nothing. Mel said Texas got lucky. I don't know about that, cuz. I don't know if they got lucky.
we could have won that game. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was confident going into the second half.
I will say that game was definitely winnable.
Yeah,
like that game wasn't so far off that we couldn't have pulled it off.
But I'm not tripping because Texas is a far better team than us. But I was confident going to the second half because we was only, and we end up the same way we went in the second half. We end up losing by 6.
Yeah, it was about 6 points. So we didn't lose by a lot.
So it's not like we got blew out or blew off and all that.
Pause.
Yeah, you know what I mean, baby. Cut it out.
Woo! You're gonna mess around and you're gonna find Eberflus got 1,000 bottles of lube in the locker rooms.
I told y'all, man.
Man, what is going on with Jenny? Anyway, so it looks like next week we got the Colts.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, dude.
Oh Lord.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I think the next 3 games we got the Colts.
We got the Colts. We got the Colts. We got the Colts. We got the Rams. We got the
Rams. And then the Panthers. Yeah, those are the next 3. Colts, I believe, is definitely winnable.
Yeah.
I think we could definitely win that one. I think we could have won this one, but we didn't. But the Colts we
got 3 teams that we can win because all 3 of them are not doing. Panthers just benched the last year #1 pick Bryce Young. They just benched him.
Yeah, so I saw that.
Then, like I said, we need these next 3 games to try to get to boost the confidence of our line. And like I said, it can help, keep helping Caleb develop. I'm not giving up on that kid, man. That kid gonna try to be an eye quarterback. I'm telling you, he's gonna try to be an eye quarterback.
And I definitely think he is going to be an all right quarterback. Do I think it's going to be with the Bears?
Yes. Yes. We're gonna get that line together, Mike.
I don't know, Phil.
We're gonna get that line together.
I feel like we've been rebuilding for the last 15 years.
But we don't have to rebuild though. That's the sad part. The only thing that needs to be rebuilt is that doggone O-line.
It just seems like every time. It seems like every year there's glaring issues. Not stuff like, not little things like, oh yeah, that's something that can be fixed with development and
that's
this and other. I mean, it's huge issues.
Yes, sir.
And issues and lingering issues.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the biggest thing. It's like these are issues that's existed.
Yeah.
They've existed. This O-line has been a problem for years. How do you draft and not draft? How do you draft the quarterback that you think and that you feel is an elite talent and is going to be the quarterback that's going to lead your team into a possible Super Bowl, and you don't get the players that you need to protect this kid? I don't understand the Bears' logic. I just don't.
But you know what? A little for a minute, like going to the second half of last season, that O-line has started holding up for Justin, and I think that's what I think that's what we was banking on, the O-line to improve off of. Just like how the second half of the season, the Bears became one of the top defenses in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
So
here's my question.
I guess they probably was going off of the O-line improving off of the big improvement they had made second half of last season. But now we see that's not going to work.
So here's my question, because I posted this, and I'm going to ask you. Is this O-line just purposely not protecting this kid?
No, I don't think so, Mike.
Or are they really or because it's just hard for me to imagine that they're just that bad.
No, they're just that bad, Mike. Seriously. Don't get no. Now I'm gonna say Jenkins is not bad. Jenkins not bad. What's the kid we got from Tennessee? Davis is not. Is it Davis? Davis is not bad. But the guy we got from what was that? It was Tennessee. No, the kid we driving out of Texas. He's not bad. I think that's David. And I think that old line we got from Tennessee that we brought in last year, I don't know about him. And I forgot the other guy over on the left side. He kind of straight too, but like I said, we probably got about 3, probably 4 guys I probably would keep on that old line. We have to get us another center. We're gonna need a right guard.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like rebuilding.
You got to rebuild that old line, Mike. I mean, that's just
but that's what I'm saying. It's like how long is it going to take for you to? Because here's what happens with the Bears every time, right? Let's just say now the defense is good. The defense is elite. I'm gonna use that until whatever. Defense right now is really, really good, right? Now we know we're struggling with the O-line. So now it's like, okay, maybe they'll start targeting some players to try to help build the O-line. Then it's like, how long is that going to take? 2 years, 3 years, and then by that time,
it don't take that long, Mike. It don't take that long, Mike. Because man, spend some money. Spend some money in the off season.
Okay, so walk with me here. This is what I'm saying. With the Bears as an organization, we know that they don't traditionally spend money like that.
No, they've been spending money the last couple of seasons. See, that's what I like about Pace. He making the old lady open up that pocketbook. We spend money for Edwards. That the linebacker for Buffalo, we spend money for that old line. I wouldn't give him that money because he kind of busting out now. I don't know what's up. He was kind of decent last year. But we done spent some money these last couple of years, man. Like I said, you have to spend money and do some serious scouting. Got to do some serious scouting.
They don't look. I appreciate, and I always said this. I appreciate your optimism.
No, they've been spending, Curtis, last couple of years. I know we have known been cheap. We have known been a cheap squad, but I'm now. Bears have spent some money these last 2 seasons off season. Just
okay. All right. So
I don't know what's going on, but they spent some bread these last couple of seasons in the off season.
Yeah, but okay. Historically speaking, they don't spend a lot of money.
Yeah, historically speaking, they have the last couple of seasons though.
Okay, last couple of seasons. My concern is that because now they have this quarterback and their defense is pretty good right now. What's going to happen is that they're going to get lax like they always do. I hope it doesn't happen, but I just believe that this organization is going to look at the shape that the team is in now, and they're going to say, hey, we got a defense that can hold, right? That's going to keep us in the game. We got a pretty good quarterback who is settling into his role, and they're not going to look at the O-line as a problem. And we are going to go another 2-3 years, possibly. And again, they may not, but there is a chance that they may go another 2 or 3 years without correcting this offensive line. And then what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen, because it always does. Now, guys, contracts are going to come up, and you're not going to want to pay them, and they're going to end up going to other teams and doing well on other teams. And this kid is going to get beat up for the next 2-3 years. And by the time we get an O-line that's going to be halfway decent, we're not going to have the defense. And probably not even have Caleb, depending on how healthy he remains over the next few years.
Yeah, but time will tell, Mike, on that. Time will tell on that.
Time will tell, man. Because as of right now, you know, it's looking like the Bears normally do. What they talking here? Oh, what's Curtis said? Curtis said, "Tell the O-line is addressed and fixed. His team's going to always be mediocre." He said they're just like
no, they're not. They're not like the Cubs. No, they're not. No, they're not.
He said
Cubs Bears spend money. They just gave DJ Moore $100 million. They gave Cole Kmet 50-some million. We can't keep on saying now. Back in the past, they didn't want to spend money, but the Bears have been spending money the last couple of seasons. So
what he said was,
you know, I just don't get that. I just don't get that. All we care about is, yeah, it was like that, but that's all sports teams. Once they get season ticket holders, yeah, they get lax. They do get lax like that, but only time will tell with what the Bears going to do, because they spend money. I can't now. In the past, they were cheap, but these last couple of seasons, they spent money, good bread.
Yeah, like I said, I appreciate your optimism, and I hope that it pays off. Because yeah, and I agree, Eddie. A halfway decent.
Man, that O-line is horrible. Horrible.
A halfway decent O-line would actually work. Curtis said that no free agent will ever want to come to Chicago. It's a large market, but they don't invest in quality players. There's actually truth to that. One of the things another thing I think the Bears always have an issue with is that I think when it comes to the Bears, we don't know how to develop players.
No.
You know, that I've never. We don't know how to develop players. I think we know how to get talent.
That's what Nagy's supposed to do, Mike.
Yeah,
that's why we got Matt Nagy. He was a quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, I guess. All right, Eddie, appreciate you, man, for popping in. But yeah, man, I hope, and I don't like being a pessimist. I don't. But sometimes the Bears just
I ain't tripping.
Sometimes the Bears just don't. I don't know, man. And yet, look, 1-1 is definitely better than 0-2. So
man, y'all better look each other in each other's faces and just say, do we want to be the talk of the town? Do we want everybody to just, man, y'all gotta just man up, man. Just come on, man. I mean, just do a little blocking. Just a little.
Say just a little. The Curtis makes an interesting point. He said that if Caleb stays past his rookie deal, they're not going to pay him the market value.
They're going to have to unless he's going to walk.
Yeah, well, have to.
Again, and you got to remember something, man. See. These quarterbacks get $200-some million now. Just think when his rookie deal come up.
Listen, Dak just got paid.
Just think.
And all these quarterbacks are getting paid. But that's the thing. Is the Bears are they going to fork out that money for Caleb?
Is he producing?
Well, we don't know.
Is he producing?
Is he producing? Is he producing now?
I'm talking about what he got, a 4 or 5 year contract? He's on a 4-year contract right now. So in 4 years, is he producing? Have the Bears made to at least to the playoffs? How the Bears at least had some winning seasons? That's what it's going to come down to. Now, if he's not producing, of course, nobody's going to pay you if you ain't doing nothing. But if you produce, he should get his money. And I think that if Pace have showed me something different. He making the old lady open her wide up. So, like I said, time will tell.
Well, if his production is based on the fact that we have a trash O-line, I don't know how that's going to work out. Because if this is any indication of what his production is going to be like, they probably ain't trying to pay him. But again, that's 3-4 years down the line, and we don't know how that's going to plan out. This is just game 2. We're not
time will tell on that.
Yeah, we're not burning the village down as of just yet. But even in 2 games, there are some glaring concerns, and it's some things that I hope that they can rectify, soon, because if not, it's going to be a long season for us, the fans, and for Caleb, because man, that boy going.
But we ain't gonna talk like that, man. We 1-1, the second game of the season.
I'm talking like that because it's a possibility. Here's what I'm never going to do. I'm never going to always talk rainbows and butterflies and make it seem like, hey, rainbows guys, and butterflies. It's going to work out.
You're right. You got the right talk like that.
I'm going to always give that other perspective because it is a possibility.
You got
I don't want it to happen. I don't wish it to happen, but being a realist, and we also know how history tends to repeat itself when it comes to the Bears. These are just concerns. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but it is a concern. My hope is that we win some games this year and spark some excitement, and we get better next year and take it even further. You got them pegged to win 10 this year.
Yep. Still got them pegged to win 10.
You know, I hope they win 10. But yeah, we'll see. And Curtis, and I'm gonna be honest with you. What did he say? He said Justin Fields was the perfect fit. They had no plan to surround him with the talent he needed to win. No, they didn't want to keep him. That's how team politics is, man. When these new guys come in, they want their own quarterback. So they can say, I drafted him, I picked him, look what I did.
If I lose my job, I want to lose my job with the dude I drafted. I'm not going to lose my job with somebody I didn't draft.
Exactly. So you know how that goes. And I will say you're right on this too. And I think this goes for a lot of things, you know, until
that goes for the Chicago Bulls.
That goes for a lot of Chicago teams. Until we just demand a better product, nothing's going to change. Sports is the only product that can sell you something that's absolute trash and people are okay with it. They're going to continue to support it. And this isn't just a shot at Chicago teams. That's every sports establishment.
But that's just fandom hood, though, Mike.
That's just fandom, man. It's like sports fans are just a different breed. They're gonna support no matter how trash you are. They're gonna pay that money, you know. And if sports fans was to treat teams like they do groceries or food or clothes or anything else that you put value in, yeah, it would be a different story. But because it's just like, I just love my team. I just want to see them play. Yeah, they lost the last 10 years, but it's all right. I was watching the Bulls post Michael Jordan, man. Do you know them games was them seasons was the most sorriest seasons I had ever seen from the Bulls since the 70s or before Mike came. Mm-hmm. Man, them 99, 2000, 2001, 2000, it's things that start turning around until we got Lou Alding now. And then came Joakim Noah them, and then came Derrick Rose. Yeah. Then it got a little bit more exciting, but yeah. But people but that's our fans are. I love Chicago Bears and I love Chicago Bulls. I'm not a hockey fan. I'm not a baseball fan. So that's just me. I'm going to support and watch them no matter what, whether they win or lose. I'm going to watch them. Hey man, people still support R. Kelly. He a rapist, so it's like you support what you want to support. It is what it is. I mean, come on, dog. He had a harem. I'm just saying. You know, so it's like people are just going to support, and it is what it is. Yeah, Curtis is going in. He said the United Center will sell out with a bad Bulls and Blackhawks team, and Wrigley Field continues to sell out with a lackluster. Listen, the Cubs lost for over 100 years. They lost for over 100 years before they won another World Series. And everybody, and them Cubs games be sold out every game. It's just fandom, man. It is what it is, you know. Because you go every time you go to a game or you watch a game. No, I'm watching on TV. I'm not buying no ticket for that trash. No, I'm just saying it's like every time you, I mean, but you're still supporting, you know.
But the
every
Bulls,
time
man, the Bulls leading it like one of the top attendance teams for the last couple of years, and we ain't won nothing, Mike.
Yeah, because the hope is that as you watch, you're just hoping that, hey, maybe tonight is the night. Maybe they'll pull one out. Every time you go to a game, that's their hope. Maybe we'll pull one out. Maybe something different will happen. Maybe something will click. You know, when the Bears get on the field, that's the hope that something will click. Something magical will happen. A pick six, an interception, a fumble recovery, a blocked field goal, a 60-yard wide open pass. That's the things that we hope. That's the whole thing about being a fan, man. You watch for those moments. And sometimes they're few and far between, but that's the whole joy of watching the game, man, to see stuff like that happen and to see if your team is going to pull one out. So,
and sometimes in fanhood, you can't be blinded to some things. If you really love a team, it's some things you can be blinded to because you choose to be blind to because you try to keep a positive outlook on it.
It's just like being in a toxic relationship, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know that girl, you know that chick ain't good for you, and yet you just can't leave her. And she done knocked you upside your head, and stole your money. She done keyed your car. She done called your job with some lies and all this other stuff, and yet you still love her.
Ryan Sutter should sell the Bulls, Curtis. Yeah, that man said one Super Bowl means more to him than 6 NBA championships. He should have sold the Bulls a long time ago.
Yep. I agree. That's crazy. But yeah, man, but we're in a toxic relationship with the Bears, and we accept we accept the abuse and the hope that
we got to keep going now. No matter how the seasons, last year we did.
No.
Okay, Mike, I'm gonna set my fault. But you sure weren't trying to do it neither, my ninja.
First of all, the whole reason that we even do this is why, Mike, we need to do a sports podcast. We need to talk about the Bears.
And Mike, I got my feelings last year, Mike. After that first game against Green Bay, I wasn't right. All right.
Oh, now you admit.
All right.
Now you admit that you got a
dude. You know how I felt, man. Come on, man. I sat there and watched us be up against who was that? Tampa Bay or Denver? Which one was we was up the whole? You know what? We ain't gonna do this a new season. Let me tell y'all something. Moving the Chains, we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna try to make it for Mondays, and we're gonna do it in recordings. I think.
Curtis, mark this date. I need it on record. Actually, I'll be able to go back.
Listen, man. We're gonna continue to do this, Curtis. Now, I got my feelings last year, and Brunlow think he's slick. No, Brunlow think he's. Man, I would have came over here cursing Mike. I couldn't do it, Mike.
Mad.
I was in my feelings last year, man. I didn't want to come on here.
These dudes, man. These dudes.
I'm a Christian. I'm still a Christian, man. So it's certain things I try to console, man. I just every time I thought about them, especially after that Denver game, man. I can't
these
talk
dudes
about
sorry. I don't feel like talking about these niggas, man. I ain't talking about them. I was like, hold on. Now you didn't have me, and listen, anybody that knows me know I don't halfway do stuff. I sit up there, I make the little dynamic background.
I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I made
an intro video, Curtis.
I did. I did.
This is time that I put into doing this stuff.
No, but we go.
Hold on. I'm giving you all the smoke tonight just to get it out my system. I sat up there and I did all of this stuff, and this 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, Curtis. He wants to do the sports thing, and every year we started it. About halfway through the season, because the Bears was trash, he quit. I don't feel like doing it, Mike. I don't want to do it. Like, we can't stop mid-season. I don't want to do it. Well, if you don't want to do it, I'm not doing it.
Let me tell you something. we're gonna push through this season because I still got, like I said, we still 1-1, and we still got we got a favorable schedule because our division games are on the back end. So it's I still think that we can do something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm calling. Are we gonna be 500 after these 3 games?
We got a chance to be over 500.
You think we can be 4-2?
We got a chance.
Okay.
We got and remember, the last 2 is here.
Yeah.
We had the Colts, Rams here, and the Panthers here.
So the next 3 games. So we're currently 1-1. So we got the Rams
Colts next Sunday.
So we got the Colts, the Rams, and the Panthers. So I'm thinking Colts,
2 of those
Panthers
games are winnable.
I'm thinking Colts and Panthers is winnable.
Are winnable games.
Now the Rams,
I don't know. It depends. They ain't playing good. It depends. It depends on which Matthew Stafford we gonna get. Because he done kind of fell off too a little bit.
He done fell off, and it depends on who they play before and how well they do before too.
Yeah,
because morale plays a big part in that too. I got to look at their schedule. So okay, so let's just say we pull off 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll be what, 3-2? That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be above 500.
Yeah,
and that don't look too bad.
Oh, let me see our divisions. The Lions just lost 1 in the division, so somebody else who undefeated in our division. I think Green Bay is undefeated right now.
Yeah,
I think Minnesota is undefeated.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the best thing about it is all our division games on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can rack up some wins before our bye week, and then we get into division play, I'm just being real. I still got the Lions taking the division. I think the Lions is the best team in our division. Yeah. I that's just me. I do. I think the Lions is the best. Detroit,
Lions is pretty dope.
Detroit is not joke. No joke. I think the Lions, but dude, like I said, man, we got a couple winnable games, Mike.
We definitely got an interesting schedule.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
We got a couple winnable games, man.
I am remaining hopeful. And Curtis, I believe so too.
What?
He said they have a shot at the wild cards.
Yeah, Curtis. I mean, that's a good chance. Because remember, it's an extra wild card spot this season too.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't like that kickoff mess, Mike. I still don't like it.
It'll grow on you, man. It's all good. So no, I am making this proclamation right now. Thank you, Kurt. Any given Sunday, this show will run for the duration of the season. I don't care.
No, man, we own it, man. We own it. I'm make that dedication right now on here. Right. So you got to record it. We're no matter how this season turn out, no matter how these games turn out. Now we got to work on when we're gonna do it because I think Mike said we're gonna be doing recordings and then put them out later on.
Yeah, I really would rather record them. And
let's do the recordings.
If we have to do them live, depending on scheduling and stuff like that, I don't mind doing that. I'm gonna tell you what I would really like to do. I would love to do a live after the games, but I know that's kind of hard to do because like on Sunday they play at 12, and I don't want to be because anybody gonna be watching after the game because they're gonna be watching other games. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. But the main goal is to actually continue throughout the whole. We're going to do a whole season.
We're doing a whole season. We're doing a whole season this year. Like I said, it might not be live, y'all, but I really think that we should do it like Monday. We'll record on Monday, and then that way you can upload them and put them out that evening.
We'll see, and then I'll do a poll. To see if people would rather for us to do them live or if they would just like.
We can do some live and we can do some recorded.
Because I do want to have some guests on and have some other people on and talk about them and get some other perspectives. I think it'll be dope. But this is good for the first one. It's in the books. So we got coming up. We have I just had the doggone schedule.
We got the Colts next Sunday at 12.
We got the Colts. Yeah, we said that. All right. So
I think me and you be watching that. I think me and you be watching that game together.
Yeah, we'll probably.
We might be watching that. We might be watching that game together.
Yeah. So we got the Colts Sunday. That's are we claiming victory Sunday?
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
What's the score? What you got for the score?
A tight game, a low game. I'm not gonna.
You think it's gonna be low?
I think it's gonna be a low game because you know that Richardson kid they got. He's still trying to get himself acclimated also. Because remember, he got hurt last year.
I'm going to go with Bears. And I'm going to go, I want to say 17-13 Bears.
Yeah. See, that's the type of score I was talking about. Yeah. I just don't,
17-13 Bears. It's in the books. Write it down. I got the Bears 17-13. I think that'll be good. So we'll see. All right. Look, appreciate those who joined us live.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. You know, I appreciate all y'all. Y'all always support, and I appreciate it. Those that are watching live and those that's gonna, man, I had all kind of little banners made up. You know, look, I was like, yeah, we're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I ain't even use none of these things. You know, conversations just go the way conversation goes.
Yeah, we've been doing this together for too long, Mike.
I know. Organization, what's that?
We've been doing this mess together for too long, man.
I know. I'm trying to be professional, Phil. It don't work.
But look, I like this though, Mike. I like this.
Yeah, it's all right. I gotta get used to the little circle thing.
I like
it. I'm always like this. I'm kind of like always out of frame.
I like it though.
Used to, yeah, it's cool. I like it. All right, look, man, that's it for us while we sitting up here looking at ourselves on the screen.
Man, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for just taking time out, man. Just hanging out with us.
Hanging out with us. If you know some sports fans or you think somebody that'll like this conversation, man, listen, make sure you like, tag, and share this video. And that's going to be it for us. We appreciate y'all tuning in. And until we talk again, my friends, listen, y'all keep them chains moving. We're about to get up out of here. Bears Sunday. Bear down, my friends. And we'll talk to y'all on next week. Peace out.
Peace.